One of the overlooked things about college is that when you're at college, you're only in class maybe 2 to 3 hours a day, and the rest of the time you're in a community. I think education should focus a bit more on providing students holistic learning experiences to be in a community and to practice not just left brain thinking, but also right brain thinking, in which they are able to develop their social emotional skills and wellness in a way that will be valuable for them and their future communities. For public and private high school students alike, this is a historic era for college admissions. When I applied to college in 2012 from a private high school, I was judged by the admissions officers at different schools based on a set of very clear questions, based on my answers to a set of clear questions, which was, what is my content? Right? What are my test scores? What's my GPA? What extracurriculars do I do? But today, for both public and private high school students, college counselors and admissions officers are asking students a set of questions with a less clear set of answers. And that is not what is your content, but what is your context? Who are you? What are your stories? How do those stories show your values, your skills, and interests? And how will your background experiences and identities create value for a certain college or community? And this handoff was, I think, catalyzed by a recent pandemic, which created a lot of more test optional policies. And so with a more competitive landscape and with fewer ways to differentiate students, whether you're applying from a public school or a private school to college, there are fewer ways to differentiate yourself. And I think my belief and my experience, what I've learned from advising students in the college application process, is that college admissions officers are looking for what all students have, but what few students feel comfortable using, which is their voice. And that is the importance of being able to storytell your value and your potential in a personal statement and in other college essays. And so whether you're from a private high school or from a public high school, it's important that you know yourself and that you can show yourself in writing as well as in a test score. In order to find your success in a career, you need a structured space and a supportive community in which you are treated as a sense maker and you're empowered to take agency and show agency in your life and in real world matters. My favorite thing as an advisor is that I can work with students to help them feel the social significance of what they're doing. I think you as a student need more socially significant learning experiences and opportunities to show your skills to the world and to practice leadership and practice sharing your voice, where you also will feel comfortable making mistakes because we learn through mistakes. And if you're only ever in putting yourself in positions where you know you're going to have the right answer and you know you're going to be the correct person or provide the correct content, you won't find the career, I think, that matches your passions and interests. You can discover your strengths through learning with me, but you can discover your strengths through a learning process that I call self-reflection for self-direction. And this is not just a process you need to use to discover your strengths in college, but it's a lifelong process that you will hopefully continue throughout your life, in which you use knowledge of yourself to more intentionally set goals and pursue passions aligned to your experiences, values, and interests. And this looks, a very simple and short example is practicing self-reflection for self-direction by looking at your past and choosing a story from your past. It could be, you going to pick up your sibling and taking them home from school every day, or joining a club that you did in middle school or high school. Take a story, excavate that story for the skills that you show in that. Maybe it was relationship building, maybe it was communication, maybe it was advocacy, maybe it was strategic vision. That's your story of present. Those are the skills you have today. And then you articulate how in the future you have potential based on this set of skills that you showed in this story. So you have a story, you have a skill, and then you have potential. And that is articulating kind of your future authoring. You're able to describe what your strengths are today and how that can be a value in your future. One tool I recommend students look at is the MIT Human Skills Matrix that organizes your skills and values into different categories like managing yourself, leadership, managing others, and interpersonal abilities that allow you to understand where you can grow in your certain strengths and where you already have a lot of momentum going for you. I help students improve chances with college admissions by working with them to write high quality personal statements for their college applications. This is a 650 word or less essay that asks you to explain and show your value and your skills and strengths to college admissions team. And with an increasingly competitive college admissions landscape that is increasingly leaning into test optional policies, your personal statement is considered the biggest tip factor. It's your best opportunity to share your voice, literally, and showcase your unique value proposition to colleges. And so I work specifically on the personal statement with students to help them show who they are and show the value they can bring by telling a story about some experience they've had in life and talking about a topic or an idea that interests them and that is a window into their humanity.